So y'all been killing it on YouTube, millions of views, but then you decide to start your own streaming service. Right? Channel 85 streaming service.
Yep. Right.
So I pay attention to comments. So at first, I saw some negative comments. Like some people was giving pushback on it. So why did you start the streaming service and how did you get your audience to buy into it?
The time has come, ladies and gentlemen.
InvestFest, that's right.
That's right. InvestFest 2023 is here.
August 25th, 26th, and 27th in Atlanta, Georgia. We are taking it to a new level. Bigger than ever. This year, we're going to do 20,000 people in Atlanta, Georgia.
I want you to do yourself a favor. Head over to investfest.com right now.
We will have activations from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 3 days, musical performances, billionaires. Everything is going to be a completely life-changing experience. Vendor marketplace, food truck village, you know how we do.
Don't wait, don't hesitate, head over now.
I like how that just. I was just gonna say. I like how they just sat right there. Well, the thing about it is, like, we ran up the numbers crazy on YouTube. Like, it's over 2 million subscribers, right? But what YouTube and the platform, you know how that platform is. It's like they can flag your video for anything that they want, and they won't necessarily take it down. They just won't monetize it.
Right.
So it's like, if nobody's making money off of it, who's making money off of it?
Right.
They still making money off of it, but you not.
Yeah.
So it's like they were finding all kinds of little reasons and ways to like kind of manipulate the algorithm and things of that nature. So it was so many kind of like things that we kind of just didn't want to keep cutting out of our show, like missing different like elements of the show. Like these things, like, it's just like as an artist, you just wanted all the freedom, all the creative, all creativity, and going to our own app and platform. That's the first time that we actually got to speak to somebody from there. Like once they found out we were having our own app, now it was like, oh, y'all good. That won't happen no more. It's like, no.
Oh, YouTube reached out.
Yeah. So then
like,
once we got to our own platform, it's like, we don't need all these ghost people who just make the numbers look good. Like who really likes this show enough to pay for it, to really support.
It gets tricky, right? Because you figure, especially on a platform like YouTube, it's like, we have to keep it clean. So if we curse too much,
you can't. You gonna get mad because somebody else clicked on it? I don't know that, young.
Exactly.
I mean, but it's like working at a restaurant. If you're working at a restaurant and you the chef, you making the food in the way that they say you're supposed to make the food. Right. But when people coming up to you like, man, we love this. If you love it, then when I leave and get this food truck, then you should come to the food truck and see what I really know how to, because they can't tell me how much seasoning to put in this or what I can do to this. And that's pretty much the freedom that you get when you take the risk of starting your own streaming service, because that was a risky move on our part. Because like you said, even with people giving the negative backlash, you gotta take people who are used to one thing. Like you said, if they used to coming to that restaurant and getting your food, you got to train them to say, no, don't walk in that place you've been going into looking for me this whole time. I'm up the street now. They be like, bitch, I don't want to walk up the street.
Right. Part of it too is that when I walked into the restaurant, I was getting it for free. Right?
Yeah.
So now I gotta go up the street and I gotta pay.
Right.
Like it?
What's the transition like for y'all? Like that first couple of months or a year or so where you have to now train an audience that used to seeing it, I just watch it on YouTube, to now like, wait, I got to pay and it's a small fee.
It doesn't matter. It's not small when it's free.
Anything on YouTube, but it's like, all right, it's free to a certain extent, but then it's like, all right, if you like it so much, just pay for it. It's exclusive. They like, well, we don't really like it like that. Well, it's like, damn, but you watch every last one of them when it was free.
6
but
years,
the moment we say $8, you like, ain't down.
I
but
mean,
you pay Hulu and all them, you don't know none of them.
But you started off paying them. They don't even watch it, but you started off paying them. It's like if you giving somebody something, if you constantly giving it away, and then you come up and be like, man, that'll be $1. $1?
Right.
What you mean $1 or 50 cents? 50? Man, just give it to me like you've been giving it to me.
Well, like you were saying in the beginning with the negative comments, they only did that so you could bring up people leaving negative comments. If we didn't never acknowledge that shit, it would never exist. You know what I'm saying? How we skip over all them
great support,
all them millions of comments where they sharing heartfelt stories and baby pictures and love and, man, I met my wife at the 85. We're gonna forget about them just because somebody got mad or fuck them.
Facts.
Leave. I would love for all 2 million of the YouTube subscribers to come over to the app and subscribe. But we know reasons why they not. They don't want us to benefit directly. Or if they feel like me, Chico, and DC is splitting up this $8 a piece. Right. Or you two, they're going to buy 2 and we're going to put 2 up. It's like, they want to see us do good, but not that good. Like, we ain't even changed on them yet. We ain't even flexed.
Man.
And if we stay in our lane and they really think that, like, going #1 is going to change us, this is really who we are. And we're going to keep pushing. If they come back next year, we're going to do it again and 10 more times or however the fuck, whatever we feel like doing. That was the whole point of this is like, we 3 of the hardest working dudes that we know personally.
Absolutely.
Like, that's why it's like we meet when we started going on tour, we were coming from 3 different directions, then going back to do even more shows. You know what I'm saying? So now just having this platform and people seeing what could come, what it could be. They're seeing other shows that we're working on, other things that we're producing, taking trying to get the independent movie game under our belt. And they starting to see that it's like, oh, they're not taking this money and they taking this shit and reinvesting it into the company. They paying people. They hiring black people. They putting black women in position to do all the wardrobe. They went and found the girl that played the violin. It's like,
but the fact that you even have to justify that is a problem. Because even if you was just putting in your switch,
fuck justifying that shit. Fuck them.
But I'm just saying it does. Like Jay-Z got a dope freestyle when he was like, he said something like, y'all brought Nikes and Phil Knight rich as shit. Like y'all brought 10 iPhones and Steve Jobs rich. Y'all ain't say Spotify worth 10 billion. Y'all ain't say shit. Like you know what I'm saying? Like nobody's ever questioning what is Phil Knight actually doing with this money right now? Man. Is he putting it back in the community?
No.
Nobody's questioning. You like the sneakers and you're just buying it.
This thing about us, when we can assume how much you got, it's better for us. When we know you making more, we don't like it.
Right.
We gotta take that whatever mind state, whatever energy that is. We gotta. It's gonna take a generation. That shit gotta close out.
Go find any interview, any entertainer, especially a comedian. There's plenty of them out there. Me and Chico, we got a little game that we play. The numbers. As soon as you say a number, they turn on you. As soon as you say, "I made this much money," people don't like you no more. Mm-hmm. And that's just a fact. You can go anywhere. You know how they announce and they say, "Oh, last year such and such he was on this streaming platform, and they want to give him 100 million." Who? Why? Who? What the fuck he do? You don't know that this the same little young nigga that streamed 200 hours straight, set his balls on fire, pranked his mama, wrecked his car. Like, they put the equity in.
Right. Yeah.
And then because you don't know them, they don't deserve it.
Right. But that's crazy. But for some people, it's marketing. Like the Forbes list comes out, right? You see Jay-Z worth. So now people actually.
You think Jay-Z want people knowing that shit? Every time that Forbes list come out, he probably like, oh, here we go with this shit.
My graduates from my school being Forbes, bag drop.
Bag drop.
A mic drop, bag drop.
Bag drop.